Hey guys, so it's been a while and I apologize. I have been so busy. If I haven't been at a track meet, I've been working. So we have 1 week left and then I should be back more regularly. But I'm going to do a video that was requested on running shoes. A little background on running for me. I ran in high school and my high school team was pretty much treated as like we were in college running. We ran a lot of miles. We trained pretty much like we were in college. Our team was very, very good. As a distance team, we were very, very good. My sophomore year, my freshman year, I had a lot of shin problems. I wore Asics, and I do recommend Asics. They just were not meant for me. I wore Asics, and I bought inserts for them, and I was still having shin problems. And then finally, my sophomore year, I got stress fractures in my shins, and I was done. And I couldn't run championships, and I had to take the summer off. And then I went back to the running store and got fitted for these shoes, which are Brooks Aerials. And look how freaking high the arch are. I have high arches. And ever since, I never got injured again. So a lot of it comes down to, I feel like once you find the right shoe for you, you probably really won't have too many injury problems anymore. So there are many different types of shoes that you can buy to run in. There's, Under Armour, Nike, New Balance, Brooks, Asics. And when you go into a sporting goods store, you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be getting. And a lot of people, when they go into a store to buy shoes, just pick what looks good or what attracts them appearance-wise. And they're not actually getting a shoe that's right for them or you. So my biggest thing is, if you're going to be a runner who runs 4 to 7 days a week, you really need to get fitted properly for the right type of shoe. Don't just go in and buy the pink one because it's pink and it's pretty. You want to get the shoe that's right for your arc, your foot type, so forth and so on. So my biggest thing is, if you're going to be an adamant runner, you want the shoe that I really don't, or brand that I really don't like people to buy, are Nikes. Nikes were founded as a running shoe. They no longer are. They tend to make good basketball shoes, and they tend to make good walking shoes. Like, I have Nike Airs. I think mine are called Air Run 2 or something like that. And they really aren't made for running on a daily basis. They are made to look or be more like you're barefoot. I'll show you the shoe, actually. Hold on. So, these are, they're called Nike Freeze, and this is Free Run 2 model, and they're pretty worn down. I never, ever, ever run in these. I wear these to work because I'm going to walk around in them. And if you look on the inside, they're green, and that actually looks like grass. And these are supposed to resemble shoes that are like you're walking barefoot in a sense. So they have no support. They literally don't. As you can see, it's really flexible, bendy shoe, and these are great if you're gonna walk, or you could run in them every once in a while. I just really wouldn't recommend these as an everyday running shoe. You are gonna have shin, knee, hip problems if you are prone to that, especially if you were to use these shoes every single day. So another thing that's becoming really popular these days are the Vibrams, which are the five finger shoes. And they make a whole bunch of different kinds. They make trail running shoes, they make sprinting shoes, so forth and so on. They're exactly like the Nike Freeze, as in they have no support on them. It is actually very good for you to run barefoot, but not on a daily basis. These cannot be your sole running shoe. I would recommend, if you're going to use these for running, to maybe run in them once a week, but I really wouldn't run in them too much more than that. You are going to get shin problems, knee problems. You're going to start hurting. But I do really like these. These are very comfortable. They're kind of expensive though. First rule, I will definitely recommend, do not buy your running shoes at a sporting goods store. The salespeople there are not trained on how to look at your feet or even know what to look for in your feet to help you find the right shoe. They're not trained for that. Number one rule is if you are going to be a daily runner or a 4 to 5 times a day, 5 times a day runner, go to a running store where they specialize in it. Well, they will look at your feet, they'll watch you walk, they'll be able to tell what type of arch you are and pick the shoe for you, hopefully. Now, depending on how much experience the salesperson has that's helping you will depend if they know what type of shoes for you. Because I mean, I bought the Asics at a running store with the inserts, you know, and that, I guess that person didn't realize that these shoes were the ones for me, and it took another salesperson the previous time after that, or previous time after buying the Asics for so long, to find these shoes and fit me in them. I actually filmed how they kind of do it. You're going to see me walking up and down. You're going to see me moving I have really high arches, so when I stand, my legs tend to pronate in. So I'll be standing there and they'll very unsteady just with no shoes on. So I show you them with barefoot, with the Vibrams on, and then with these on. It's kind of really hard to tell if you're not looking for it, but I figured I'd show you guys because that's kind of what they should do when you go to the running store to put shoes on. They should watch you barefoot, and then they should watch you with the shoes on that they recommend to see if there is any instability still in your foot with that shoe on. And what's supposed to happen is if they put you in a shoe and there's still instability, they should put you in another shoe and keep going until they find the shoe that works great for you.
So as you can see right here, my feet are completely flat, and yet I can move them inward very easily. So if you look really closely, you can see like my ankle bone as I go to step moves inward. It's kind of hard to explain, like I wish I could just stick my finger out and show you guys, but if you look, my foot rolls inward. And then here with my shoes on, I'm trying to get them to roll in, and they really won't. And that's the whole point of that high arch, as you can see right now. I'm showing you. That's the whole point of the high arch, is to help prevent it from rolling inward, and it really does in that case. So you shouldn't really be able to see anything right now as I'm walking. My foot shouldn't be rolling at all, and it's really not. Here's the Vibrams. I'm kind of just showing you what they look like, what the bottoms look like, in case you're interested. What they look like on. They're very weird looking in my opinion, but I really do like them. And as you can see, just look at the bare feet. I can roll my feet in very easily, and they should look at the exact same when I walk barefoot, and you can see my ankle rolls in. And that's not good.
So there's also a cute little trick that you can do if you want to know what type of arch you have. You take a brown paper bag or a brown paper towel type thing, anything that really shows water really well. You dip your foot in water, and then you put your foot on the paper towel or the paper bag really quick and take it off. And I'm going to do that. Hopefully if I have a brown paper bag, I'm going to do that for you guys. And all it does is, if there is a gap in between the two toes, the ball of the foot and the heel, like you can't barely see any foot touching, you have a really high arch. And then if it's really, really flat, you have a flat foot or a normal foot, depending on what it looks like. So my foot is wet, and there's the paper bag, and I'm going to slightly put my foot on it, and hopefully this will work and you guys can see it. And of course it's stuck. My toes, the ball of my foot's really shut, and then it kind of like goes in like that and then disappears, and then there's the ball of my foot. So that shows that I have really high arches. And you can do that if you want to know if you have high arches or not, or flat feet, because if you have a flat foot, it'll kind of just be like all wet, and medium will go in, or I mean normal. So like I said, Nikes are really not my thing. They really don't make good running shoes anymore. Unfortunately, they went for the more of the, we're going to go for appearance and make them look cool, not necessarily make good running shoes. Kind of with Under Armour too. I've never really seen a good running shoe for Under Armour. Under Armour and Nike make good basketball shoes and walking shoes. Running shoes that I would recommend are Brooks, Asics, Newtons, and I know I'm forgetting more. And you will see that they do sell Nikes at running stores. So, I mean, it's a big pet peeve of mine. I hate Nikes as running shoes. Hate them. But anyway, as you can see with my shoes, these are the Brooks Ariels. They are very expensive. They're $130. And I was buying these every single season. So I was buying them 3 times a year when I was in high school and I was running. So as you can see, this is all arch. Like, I used to think that this was just like, you know, looked like it. No, the arch matches up perfectly. This is all arch right here. That's how high of an arch I have. And yeah, like I said, ever since I found these shoes, I've never been injured again. So unfortunately, I can't sit here and be like, if you have a high arch, you need to buy this shoe, and if you have a flat foot, you need to buy this specific type of brand and style, so forth and so on. It's the exact same concept as if you have oily skin. I can't say you need this skincare, you need this foundation, because just because it works for me doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. And that's the exact same concept for running shoes. You need to try them out or get someone to help you realize what type of shoe is best for you. Like I said, it's the same concept as foundation and skincare. Just because it works for me and I have high arches doesn't mean that if you have high arches, that shoe's perfect for you. So I wish I could help you guys and picking the shoe, but I can kind of only give you tips on what you should do to hopefully find the right shoe. I'm sure I forgot things that I meant to mention, but like the biggest thing for me is please, please, please go to a running store and actually have someone look at your feet and put you in the right shoe. Don't go to Sports Authority or Dick's Sporting Goods and just pick out a shoe that you think looks good or feels good. You're not really going to know just by looking at a shoe or trying it on and walking around for 2 minutes. You're not really going to know. You need someone to look to see if your foot's actually stable in that shoe or not. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I can always make another video, and I hope that helps. And I will talk to you later. Bye.